A former professional kickboxer and internet celebrity named Andrew Tate described his experience of being the target of a Jamaican robbery attempt and how he managed to survive it. What would you do if you were put in such a situation? Let's have a look at how Andrew overcame the incident. Welcome back to yet another video. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our latest updates. Without further ado, let's get into the video. We've heard quite a bit about Andrew Tate, but did you know about how he survived being robbed in Jamaica? After retiring from kickboxing, Tate started selling premium memberships and courses on his website. Well, hard work sure pays off. It was just a matter of time, and he later became well known for switching to influencer marketing. Multiple platforms have banned Tate due to his misogynistic statements on social media. Tate was permanently barred from Facebook and Instagram in August 2022 for breaking the company's policies on hate speech and hazardous groups and people. Tate had 4.7 million followers on Instagram. That sure is quite an influence, right? TikTok canceled his account after concluding that it violated its policy on material that assaults, threatens, incites violence against, or otherwise dehumanizes a person or a group. Videos utilizing his name as a hashtag on the app had received 13 billion views. When someone restricts something, the world would go crazy about it, and there's no denying it. Andrew Tate has only been to Jamaica once and swears he won't go there again. No one would want to if you had to experience the same fate as the influencer. He was in Jamaica for business and was in a beautiful hotel. They claimed to have good dining facilities and nightclubs when he arrived at the hotel. They told him not to leave the hotel because they promised to have everything there. It was suitable for the first few days, but after seeing fat Americans binge at the buffet and enter the club, he became fed up sitting in the Golden Prison and decided to explore for himself. Well, would you take up the opportunity and be at a place for a long time without moving around, given that you get provided with all kinds of luxuries? He was looking for genuine Jamaican joy. But what he had to go through was quite unexpected. Then he decided to go explore Jamaica and all the delicacies the country has to offer. He got up and went to the reception desk to request a taxi. However, the receptionist wasn't ready to provide a taxi and urged him to stay in the hotel. He walked out of the hotel since the reception would not book him a taxi. He went to the main road and decided to find a taxi on his own. Andrew waved for a taxi and told the driver he needed to have some fun. He got inside the car, and the driver laughed and told Andrew his name was Grim Reaper. Andrew was unable to understand Grim because of his heavy Jamaican accent. Moreover, he was talking while playing loud, hard vibes, cartel-like music, and Andrew had no idea what he was saying. Grim asked Andrew about the type of party he wanted to attend and whether he liked girls. Andrew told him that he liked girls, but did not want to go to a strip club. Andrew wished to meet some ordinary girls. He didn't care about girls and wanted to look around for a while. Grim began yelling and talking while driving like an idiot. Andrew was focused on the road because he wasn't driving properly. After Grim finished speaking, he pulled roughly $5,000 from his pocket and asked Andrew whether he liked it. Andrew had no idea what he was getting himself into. He told him that he likes money, so Grim pulled up to a club and told Andrew that it was the best club in Jamaica. When Andrew entered the club, everything was dark. The music, the lights were dim, and he couldn't see anyone's face. When a song came on, everyone in the room had a gun and was dancing and making the same moves. Andrew stood there completely out of place, wanting to leave the club. But Grim unexpectedly ordered a bottle of Chivas Regal, which Andrew doesn't even drink. The bottle's price was written on the wall, but the bill indicated that it was double. Grim simply handed Andrew the bill as he opened the bottle. Then Grim began to slip away. Andrew positioned himself against the wall to ensure no one could assault him from behind. Andrew felt he didn't belong in this place, was a little afraid, and there was no fun for him. Andrew wasn't having fun, so he let Grim have all the fun. They hung out for 20 minutes. After 4 or 5 beers, Grim was out of his mind, so Andrew told him to stop. Grim was in a good mood and didn't want to leave the club. Andrew insisted on leaving the club and returning to his hotel for a business meeting. Grim promised to take Andrew to a better party, so they left the club, and Grim was so drunk that he pressed his face closer to the road to see it better. He was driving quite slowly. Andrew requested to drop him off at the hotel, but Grim was too occupied, reassuring him it was party time. Grim resisted taking him home. For almost 20 minutes, they were making their way up a dirt hill surrounded by a forested area on both sides. Since there was no club in the area, Andrew thought Grim was planning to rob him. Andrew believed he could fight because he was a professional athlete, but he was also aware of his limitations. Therefore, he asked about their destination and was informed by Grim that there was a better party. They reached the hill's top. Street lamps were lighting a clearing in the forest. An old man was sitting on a cooler with some drinks in it, and there was a shitty old beatbox from 1988 playing. There were about 20 Jamaican men and no girls. Andrew got out of the car, but Grim had gone. He stood against the shed so no one could assault him from behind, and he pretended to enjoy the party. All the guys at the party were staring at him, wondering who Andrew was and whether they could rob him. All the Jamaican guys were chatting about Andrew. Andrew tried to keep a straight face and act at ease. 2 men were talking about him and pointing at him, each with a pistol in their belt. Andrew planned to simply walk beside anyone coming down the hill while pretending to know them to persuade that one individual not shoot him. Then he won't have to convince everyone to spare his life. He was looking at the hill and planning his strategy as those 2 men prepared to attack him. Then Grim returned suddenly, stinking of weed. Grim asked whether Andrew was enjoying himself or not. Andrew was desperate to return. Grim told him he'd leave him at the hotel for $1,000. Andrew had paid only $10 to get this far, and Grim demanded more, or he would leave him with the guys. So this was all a plan from the get-go. Andrew barely had about $700, and the rest he had spent on drinks. So Grim told Andrew that he would take him for $700, and that he should give him the rest of the money when they arrived at the hotel. He wouldn't allow him to leave Jamaica otherwise. So they reached an agreement and got back in the car. Grim returned to the car saying, "Party isn't over yet," and turned up the music. Grim pretended as if nothing had happened and that they were friends. Grim tricked Andrew, so he decided to call the cops. But he changed his mind because he saved Andrew from having his head blown off by those big guys. After giving him $700, he asked for Grim's wish for the remaining $300. Grim assured him he didn't need it and wished him a good time in Jamaica. It's terrible to deal with circumstances like this, right? Despite everything, Andrew made it out alive. It can't be the same for everyone. With this, we've come to the end. Subscribe for more content, just like this one, and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to smash that like button, and also press the bell icon to get notified about our new videos.